Hello everybody, Darren Cross here. This is Module 4, and this is the assignment video for Module 4. In this module, we are going to talk about the next little piece of the paper. So we've been building this. We talked about the organization. We talked about the quantifiable problem that they've had. We've talked about how one of the 5 OB behaviors contributes to that problem. We talked about what a Mars analysis is and how it really impacts what's going on with this company. And then we talked about motivation. Now we're going to talk about abilities. So the idea here is we want to determine the extent to which or if abilities is an issue here. So what I want you to do is to go to your textbook and be guided by that. So what we're going to do is give a little bit of a background on abilities. So what are abilities? What does that mean to have abilities? What types of abilities are there? And then you're going to make an assessment about whether or not you think that the employees have the abilities. Now, the way that you can make that, and then you also want to back up your statement. So if you're saying that they do have the ability, what you want to do is you want to say they were trained on this and they demonstrated competency, all of them passed the training or something like that. But if you don't think that they have the ability, then say that as well. They haven't been properly trained on this. We don't know that they have the capability, whether it's, adaptability or whatever that is, the conceptual skills or whatever it is. But what I don't want you to do is cop out into the conceived notion that's in your head about what's going on. Okay, so a lot of times people feel like they already kind of know what's going on. Management sucks, or communication is bad, or something like that. And so what you say is management doesn't have the ability to understand what's necessary. We're not talking about that kind of stuff. We're talking about things that you can actually quantify and verify. You don't know whether someone has an ability to understand. It takes a very sophisticated test by a psychologist to determine cognitive and intellectual ability. And so you don't have the capability of doing that. And so stay away from abstract things like that. We're talking about actual physical abilities, knowledge, and know-how. So what you're trying to assess is, do they really know how to do this, and do they have the physical capability to do this, the position that they're supposed to do? And is it due to a lack of ability that the behavior manifests? Now, you might find that in some situations, ability it's not really applicable, and that's fine, but you need to say why. So this might say something like, the purpose of this section is to determine the extent to which abilities influences the OB problem that we've been talking about in this course. Ability is blank, blank, blank. It is, these certain types of things manifest as ability. So you might have this type of ability, you might have this type of ability. Abilities do not seem to be an issue with this particular behavior that's manifesting. And then you go into saying why. Something like, the employees have been trained on this and they passed the test, they demonstrated competency, so there should be no issue with not knowing how to do something. So that's the type of thing that you want to do when you're analyzing this. Okay, so just stay super focused. You should be able to get this done in 1 or 2 paragraphs. But as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Good luck.